prayed and I fasted and I asked God to show me a sign that when he arrived, I would know who he was. And when Bishop Johnson stepped into the Holiness Baptist Church, I tell you, I danced all day long. There were some minor setbacks that we had to oversee. One of his setbacks was his wife. But see, he's not happy. He's told me that. He's not happy. They got married young. And he felt like it was the right thing to do because she was pregnant. So I get it. I understood it. I knew I had to wait. But we have a connection. A connection that nobody has ever seen. Well, really nobody has ever seen because everything we do is at night. And yeah, we don't go public places. He's just not ready yet. That's what it is. He's not ready to leave his wife. They have some stuff that's going on, and plus, you know how people in the congregation are. You know, they so judgmental. You know, if he left her, he would be cast out and talked about, especially if he went with me, because then I would be called a harlot and broke up their marriage. But I just want to set the record straight. There's no harlot here. Okay? I got some skills, but they don't call them like that. My milkshake don't bring the boys to the yard. Okay? I just want y'all to know that. But I can tell you that things are moving in the right direction. He said he's going to talk to her tonight. And he's giving me a little, promise, little ring, And we're supposed to go away this weekend for the first time. I'm so excited. You just don't understand what it's like to be a single woman in the church. And you keep praying and praying and praying and praying and praying and asking God to bring a man into the church that's sanctified, filled with the Holy Ghost, and godly at least. And you're waiting and waiting and waiting. And then as you're waiting, you're getting older, and then you have doctors telling you that the clock is ticking for you to have babies. I can't be waiting forever. I think I've waited too long. I think sometimes as Christians, we need to push God along. Because I don't know if he has too many appointments or he's handling too many things at one time, but sometimes you gotta, tell her, I need you now. I get it. Most people would think it's crazy to be involved with a married man, and especially a man that can't be seen with you in public. But I get it. It's not because I'm not attractive or, that he doesn't like me or he doesn't love me. It's just he's trying to spare her feelings. I get it. I want him to spare her feelings. Because I don't want any, all between us in the church, especially when I come in and I'm the new Bishop Dwight Johnson, First Lady of America. Sometimes we just need to accept God's will. And God's will was that this man was to be mine and mine alone, and she's just going to have to let him go. And if she doesn't let him go, then I didn't think that far. I didn't think if she didn't want the divorce. But you know what? She doesn't look happy either. I've seen her. I've seen her in church. She don't speak to nobody. She's a little thing. And maybe it's because she's always with the kids, and he's always out with me. But that's okay, because I'm just letting you know that when I take over, them little kids they gonna get a hint. Because they ain't gonna be running around the church, and they gonna be all screaming, and they ain't gonna be no hollering and tagging each other and smacking each other in the church. I remember when my mom used to grab a hold of us in church, or she give you that look from the choir, and you knew that if you moved one more time, she didn't care if she was saved, sanctified, filled with the Holy Ghost, she was going outside. But he loves me. And I have accepted the situation. I've accepted the situation that right now I am the other woman. But it's not the same. See, the other woman, in other situations, they don't get the benefit of his heart. He likes to play the game over here, and yet he keeps her as a side piece. I'm not a side piece. I'm his number one. I'm just straddling beside her right now. I don't think people realize how hard it is to be a single woman in the church. I've been to 6 weddings in 2 years. 2 of them have already had baby showers. And I'm still waiting. And I'm still asking. And I'm still praying. And I'm still being faithful. I go to church every Sunday, Bible study every Wednesday. I tithe faithfully. What more do I have to do to get my share? To get the man that I've been wanting? So what if I have to settle a little bit? I'm still going to get what I want at the end. It may not have come in the package that I wanted it to be in, but it's still going to be mine. Maybe that's just how Christian women need to accept it. It doesn't matter how the package comes, just take it. Take it for your own. Start being selfish. I think that's the problem. We've been too faithful. And where has it gotten us? Where did it get me? A single, alone, growing old, and nobody's there. I don't know if that's how God intended it to be, but I have to believe that at some point, God didn't forget about me. That I'm important to him. That he knows the desires of my heart. And when I connected with this man, he granted that. I have to believe that. Because if I don't, then everything, then all of this has just been whatever. I don't care. I don't care. He wants me. He loves me. He's promised to marry me. If I have to wait a year, I have to wait a year. I mean, I've waited my whole life. What's a year? What's a year? What's a little more time to wait? Now that I've said it out loud, it didn't really go the way I think it is. It's not the fairy tale that I wished as a child. But I can create my own fairy tale. Despite what anybody else has to say, despite those judgmental, hinted women in the church. I'm too cute to be single. I've waited long enough. And if going away for the weekend with him is my only chance of making this work, then I'm going to do it. I don't care. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care what anybody thinks. You can think I'm crazy. You can think I'm foolish. But he's mine. He may only be mine for the weekend. But eventually I'll be in. I just have to wait. I just have to wait.